Alright fellas, here we are back in a different type of video where I'm going to be looking at a FAQ that I posted earlier, like 2 days ago, right? So I don't expect to get too many more comments than I have on this community post, so I'm just going to be going ahead and answering the questions. There are 16 different questions, and yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So yeah, I asked about 2 days ago any questions that people may have had. Again, by the way, thank you for 1,000 subscribers. Very big milestone. Definitely appreciate it, and obviously all of the subscribers that I've gotten since then. But yeah, let's go ahead and do this. So, how much is on your bank account? But seriously, what is your favorite unit and why? Signa Sudalisa and Rotom has been my favorite unit in the game pretty much ever since I started playing during the 2nd anniversary. Before that, I wasn't really a fan of Elisa. I knew she was a character, but I didn't really care too much for her. But then when I started playing, and when I went through the story, played through the Pokemon Masters League arc, and Elisa just appeared in it, I looked at the outfit. I was like, that's a neat outfit, right? It's not exactly something typical. It's not like a generic dress. It's not like a generic, suit, tuxedo, whatever. It's a pretty bizarre outfit, right? It's something that stands out, and it kind of intrigued me. And then just interacting, or seeing her rather interact with other characters, whether it be in the Pokemon Masters League or other areas, and it was just interesting to me, and that was cool. And she became my favorite character just because of the outfit and outfit alone. And ever since, I've liked Elisa as a character, just pretty much for fun. I like Elisa as a character now, not just because of the outfit, but the outfit was kind of a leading into me liking Elisa as a character. So, yeah, that is your question answered. What's your favorite game series that isn't related to content? The Legend of Zelda. I love Legend of Zelda. Twilight Princess is my favorite video game, period. I've played Tears of the Kingdom probably over 200 hours now. Still want 100% it, but I need to get a new Switch Pro controller because mine is really bad now. The joystick is shot to hell. I'm currently playing through the original Legend of Zelda, and I want to play through the Legend of Zelda 2. I've completed Wind Waker multiple times. I completed Ocarina of Time so many damn times. I've completed Breath of the Wild, obviously, and its DLC. Haven't 100%ed it, but I've gotten a good chunk of the game done, right? The very big important stuff. I'm pretty sure I have over 200 hours in Breath of the Wild as well. Played Spirit Tracks a lot. I beat A Link Between Worlds multiple times. I'm pretty sure I've beat A Link to the Past. Just a lot of different Zelda games. I've beat Skyward Sword as well. Haven't played the HD version, but the HD version released literally like half a year after I beat the original, so I just didn't buy it ever. I probably will eventually, but also my Joy-Cons suck. That's a big reason why I'm not buying it. But yeah, so that would be the answer to your question. The Legend of Zelda is my favorite video game series. Favorite Pokemon game and Pokemon. Favorite Pokemon game is just Legends Arceus, pretty much. Before that, it was Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, and by association, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. But Legends Arceus released, and it was just the best game to me. The characters were so interesting. The gameplay was so unique and fun. Obviously, Volo, great character. And favorite Pokemon, I mean, it's in the name. My favorite Pokemon is Salamence. That's just how it is. I've always liked Salamence. He's been my favorite Pokemon. Let's see. I started being into Pokemon in like 2015, probably, maybe 2014. I don't know. I would say Salamence has been my favorite Pokemon probably ever since 2018. Probably 2017, realistically. Yeah, actually. I would probably say around 2017, Salamence has been my favorite Pokemon. So yeah. What Pokemon game region would you want to live in? Probably Paldea, because it's the only one where there aren't active terroristic threats. Kanto, you got Team Rocket. Johto was also Team Rocket. Hoenn had, the whole weather fucking problem with Team Aqua and Magma. Team Galactic was taking over Sinnoh, and Sinnoh just, you've got literal gods there, the god of time, space, literal god, the devil. Sinnoh would not be a great place to live despite it being my favorite region. Unova, you got the whole Tao trio crap and Ghetsis. No thanks. Yeah, so I'd say Paldea is probably the safest because your biggest problem is just having to deal with some Titans, which are a problem, but Titans are at least Pokemon, and they're not humans who have actual malicious intent, right? And obviously Team Star, who's just a bunch of bullies, pretty much, or bullied kids, rather. Do you think Pokemon Masters needs a competitive mode? It don't have to have PvP, but something like Guild Wars or Raids, as the game feels pretty stale 90% of the time. I would say some sort of competitive mode could be interesting, but it would have to be something that doesn't really, well, it'd be, I guess something that can still cater to whales and isn't necessarily bad or completely unappealing, but like, you've got to have it at least be somewhat fair, right? I mean, obviously there are a lot of gacha games that have built off of direct PvP, but even something like a competitive mode wouldn't be too bad either. But technically, we already have something similar, like with the high score event and the legendary gauntlet ranking systems. You can kind of consider those competitive, though it's a more optional competitiveness. So I can see what you mean there. But I mean, I don't know. It could be fun, but it just really depends how they would implement it. I can't really think right now. I have sleep deprivation, but I don't know. It could be fun. It could also definitely be a flop, but that's pretty much any and everything. If you might retire from making Pokemon Masters EX content someday, are there any games that you want to make content on, or are you just going to prioritize your life first and bounce back once you've recovered from burnout, and why? Bro, I'm experiencing burnout right now. That's pretty much why I haven't been doing showcases in the game, or like much gameplay in general, just because it's not, I'm not finding fun in it, really. Like, I wanted to do like showcases for Neo Champion Calum, Mix Red, even getting to do actually like Roxanne's showcase, which was actually a fun showcase for me to do once I finished it. Just actually building myself up to do it was just so bad because I just didn't want to do it. The game, I am burnt out. That's just a fact now. As it stands right now, I'm enjoying Dokkan Battle more, but that's mostly just because of Dragon Ball Heroes releasing recently. And any games that I would play, it would probably just be Pokemon and Zelda content, really. Like, I'm still going to continue doing that Nuzlocke series. It's just I haven't, for one, today is, I've been so tired. I haven't done much at all. And tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so I can't I can't do much anything at all there. And then the days after that, it's going to be Pokemon Masters Day, the Kalos rerun stuff, the data mine's going to be coming after that, right? So there's just not going to be too much time for me to edit down that Nuzlocke video, so it may take a little bit more to put out, but I definitely do want to keep putting that stuff out. I do enjoy actually editing those videos and recording them. And then I may want to end up doing something like a Zelda randomizer stuff, because I've been doing a lot of Ocarina of Time randomizers and they've been fun, but I also want to branch out to do Wind Waker and Twilight Princess randomizers. But I don't know if I'd ever do those on this channel, mostly just because this is a Pokemon Masters built community, and even the Pokemon content that isn't related to Masters does poorly, so let alone a whole other gaming franchise. But I would probably just want to do general Pokemon and Zelda content. You could stretch it out to gaming or Nintendo in general if you prefer. Congrats on 1,000. What are 3 sync pairs you want in the game? It's harder to answer. Off the top of my head, obviously I would want Volo. I don't really care about the pair, just Volo in the game in general. I would want Elisa and Therian Thundurus, because I love Therian Thundurus. That is definitely one of my top favorite Pokemon, at least like top 30. The Therian form specifically. And it's definitely my favorite of the trio genies. And obviously to pair with Anniversary Skyla, her having Therian Tornadus, it would have been amazing, and I'm surprised we haven't had it yet. Outside of that, though, I could name, like, my favorite characters, right? Like Ingo, Emmett, Zinnia, those type of characters. Skyla, but I'll say, Soliera and Naganadel. Or Poipole. Obviously, I know Iris already has Naganadel, but still, I want the Ultra Recon squad. Dulce, Zacian, and Soliera are nice characters. I like them. And then FICO, is that his name? I think it's FICO. That's an insurance plan. But anyway, I think he's relatively cool as well. But Dulce, Zacian, and Soliera, I like the most. So yeah. What trainer do you want to have an ult with what Pokemon? That kind of answers the previous question, at least in Therian Thundurus. But if I had to choose a different one... if I had to choose a different trainer, I would probably choose Lance and Mega Charizard Y. I'll go with that one. That's one combination I would say I want. I make custom sync pairs just for fun. Do you want more yourself? If yes, then what Pokemon and what role? If you do want to make one, sure. You know what? Do the previous one I suggested. If you really want to make one, make a Lance and Shiny Charizard concept. Appreciate it. What kind of crossover character would you like to see come to the game? Coliseum, Miku Conquest Snap, etc. I don't really mess too much with the, off-series stuff, or off the mainline game stuff. I barely played through any Mystery Dungeon game. I've never played through Coliseum, XD. any of those type of games, right? Or I played Battle Revolution extremely briefly. I would have to really think about that one for a while if I could give you a completely honest answer. But all the Conquest characters look really cool. If we're being honest, they just look cool. So I would probably say some of them, though I don't know anything about their characters or names. They just look cool. So probably one of them. Potential Ultimate Challenge character / team. What do you mean, like the Annabelle battle? For an ultimate battle, I would say give us one that is... That's a hard question to answer, actually. Damn. Give one that's good for flying characters, and for flying characters, make it to where there cannot be any weather conditions activated. You have to get rid of weather conditions. I'm just catering to Anniversary Steven at this point, obviously. Who would you face, though, is a question. Obviously, we have Annabelle here. That's a damn good question, buddy. That is a very, very good question. I don't know, but maybe like a Flying Week Ultimate Battle stage where you can't use any weather effects. I think that'd be interesting. Would you ever want to do a video with another Pokemon Masters EX player if you had the chance, and if so, who? I don't mind doing something collaborative, but it's never been something that has been brought up. It's never been something that I've been outright interested in doing. It's just something I wouldn't really mind doing. And if I could collaborate with anyone, who? I don't know. I don't know how you would even do a big collaboration or something. Would you just talk about the game? I don't know. I'm not really that type of person. I mean, I'm not that interesting in general. We can make like a podcast. I've actually thought about doing it before, but that would be something I'd do farther in the future. And it'd be something more of a close-knit group of people, not really bigger YouTubers. Or bigger, more notable people, rather. So I couldn't really answer your question, but yeah, I wouldn't mind doing a video with another Masters YouTuber, if that's what your question is. What was the first Master Fair unit you ever got? Anniversary Steven, back during the 2nd anniversary. He was my first ever Master Fair, and he is probably the reason I'm still playing this game to this day. How about your IP? It is 606-541. Go fuck yourself. That's a phone number. I don't know if doing a Q&A counts as stealing an idea. My question would be, how do you feel about the new sprint and field units? I don't mind them. I think they're good, interesting type of units. It's just that they kind of need... For one, we need the EX rolls, guaranteed, obviously. That would help out a lot of characters. And I feel that some field and sprint characters are a little bit weird, which isn't bad, but that does obviously make them gimmicky and kind of odd. But still, that's definitely not a bad thing, right? I do like interesting units from time to time, like, you know, the Sprint Noland, Variety Noland, rather, and the Variety Thornton. Those are interesting and kind of unique sync pairs. Though I don't like Thornton being field because that's his only way of setting Steel Zone, and it's not really that effective either. So I don't know. I honestly think Thornton just kind of works better as a tech. So in that sense, I don't like field. But I do like Akari and Ray as field and sprint characters. I think they're good at that. I think just the different type of characters are cool, I would say. How much money do you spend on this game, and do you get sponsored in any way? On a month-to-month basis, if we want to average money, I would say I probably spend maybe $70-$80 monthly on this game, on average. Obviously, there's bigger spikes here and there, but generally I'd say that's probably about what it is if we average it all down. And I don't get sponsored at all, no. I don't have so much as an acknowledgement of existence. What got you into making Pokemon Masters EX content as a focus for your channel in the first place? Okay. That one is an interesting question to answer, because I just saw, I looked at Pokemon Masters EX as a game that I liked playing, and then I looked at the content that was made for it, and I saw that there was a lower bar for... If it makes sense, lower bar for quality, which that could sound bad, but I don't mean it in a bad way. But I also think that it was a lower competition field. So where if I could actually get into doing content, especially voiced content, because if you were to think about it, really, when it comes to voiced Pokemon Masters EX content, it's Poke, SPL Gum occasionally, and then that's... I can't honestly think of anyone else off the top of my head that does voiced Pokemon Masters. I think that... I'm sorry if this may sound weird. There's that other guy. I can't think. I don't know. I don't remember his name. I'm so sorry for this. Not non-English YouTuber. I legitimately cannot remember his name, and I cannot remember the language or country that he's from, or the language that he speaks. I'm sorry for that, but that guy as well, I believe. Yeah, and obviously Japanese. There's a few Japanese YouTubers, but mostly for like English content. You've got Poke, SPL Gum, and I can't think of anyone else. So in that aspect, I figured, hey, if I do voice content, it's a pretty low competition area, or low. There's not many people doing it, so I mean, it could have worked out, and well, it ended up working out in a sense. And what is my favorite region, or what Pokemon region you first played? I played through X and Y first as my first ever game, so Kalos would be the first region. I do like X and Y still, by the way. X and Y is a good game. Congrats, thanks for the ongoing videos. I'd like to ask your opinion on content creation for this game. Do you think there's enough content made for this game? Do you think that the game has more potential in that regard? I think that in terms of content itself, I would say that the game is fine in its content. Though I do think that the spreading and spacing of content is definitely a little iffy. Like, for this month specifically, I think from the 14th to the 17th, there was nothing. And then on the 17th, I'm pretty sure we got Elaine. And then from the 17th to the 21st, I believe there was nothing. So that's a pretty big gap of just no new content outside of obviously Elaine just straight up in the middle of the 14th and the 21st. That was a whole week, right? A whole week, and the only thing that dropped in the middle was Elaine and her event. So, and then you look at the later end of this month here, which I could pull up an infographic, but I'm not going to, where we have yesterday rather, we got all the evolution stuff. Today we got nothing new. Tomorrow we get the not tomorrow, the day after that, I think. Yeah, the day after that, on the 24th, we get ourselves the Kalos Extreme Battle events and stuff, and then we get Pokemon Masters Day. So you're compressing about, let's see, you get the Kalos event, the Kalos Extreme Battle, you get the Evolution event, the EV's Egg event, you get the EV Bingo, the EV Banners, you get the Kalos Banners, you get the second Kalos event, you get yourself the Neo Champion Serena, and that's all in the course of like 5 days. You could have definitely taken like the Kalos Villain arc and spaced it in between like Elaine and Eevee Day, or in between Penny and Elaine. Like, I think spacing content is definitely a little bit more iffy in this game. Like, it's more focused towards the beginning of the months, and like the end of the months is where I think content is mostly focused on. But that obviously makes sense, right? Beginning of the months just tends to, I guess, net the most profit players, whatever, like returning players. But still, I think that the content should be at least a little bit more spaced out. That's why Legendary Gauntlet, or Legendary Arena missions and the Blissful Bonanza and Training Reward Boost rallies were always super good, was because they kind of acted as a little bit of filler whenever there was nothing to do, right? Like, you would just kind of hop on, you would see the Blissful Bonanza and stuff as a new event, you'd be like, cool, nothing crazy, but still it's new content, get some gems, whatever. It kind of helped feed that, but now we're just getting straight up days that have no new content, and it's a little bit annoying. So I feel that at least spacing out content, or at least bringing back some of the old content, would be a good idea to help out that problem. And as our last question, thank all of you for asking these questions. I do really appreciate it, and I hope you got some valuable information, I guess. If you do want to leave more questions in the comments, I'm not going to be answering them in a video, but I may answer them just in a comment itself. No guarantees, of course. I have not been replying to a lot of comments recently. I guess it's my bad on that end, but yeah. So thank you all to everybody who asked questions. Thank you to people who have subscribed and whatnot. Appreciate everything you all have done over the past so many weeks, months, years. Everyone's just been so awesome. Appreciate everything that you all are doing. So yeah, video should be up tomorrow. Video should be up tomorrow relating to the Kalos not Extreme Battles, the Kalos event reruns, the overview for that banner and whatnot. It is going to be Thanksgiving though, so expect a very late video, because holy crap, it's going to be hectic for me, being an American. But yeah, anyway, I'll see you all later. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all, I think I just said that. I'm tired. I'll see you all later. Hope you all enjoyed.